A few people have requested this, and it's time we finally take a look at how to deploy one of the Bun REST APIs that we built in another video. There's lots of deployment options out there where as long as you have a Docker file you can deploy, but in this video I want to go over Fly.io and Railway, which are newer and super easy to use options with not much work on our end. My goal is to make this as easy as possible. At the end I'll also share which platform I personally prefer and a deploy template to get you started in just a few minutes, but before we talk deployments, we first have to go over what we are deploying, and I also feel like I have to mention none of these platforms are actually sponsoring this video. With that out of the way, if you've been following my recent Bun videos, we've used Elysia to create a REST API, and we've also used Drizzle ORM. Check those videos out in the description if this is your first time hearing about them or you need a refresh. They also walk you through all the code that we're deploying, but that's what we use for this video. A simple blog application that has posts and users, and you can also find the repo in the description as well. Before we go into the platforms, one of the steps we need to ensure we do is generating the migrations for our project. When we run migrations on production, we want to have them generated, and to do this we just run bun run generate in our local environment to generate our Drizzle folder. Let's start with Fly.io, and obviously you'll need an account to get started, but one of the things I'm not a fan of right off the bat is that they require a credit card on file to use their platform. At least at the time of making this video, they don't charge you anything, they just have a hobby plan which I'm on to be able to try it out, but it just sucks that you have to do all of this just to try out their platform. After doing all that, things become very simple. All we need to do is just install their CLI, which we can do by doing brew install flyctl. But now that we have the CLI installed, all that's left to do is just go to our project and run fly launch, which will ask us things necessary for the deploy, like the region of the project, how much computation we need, which is just things like amount of RAM, and in our case, it should just be able to detect that we'll also need a Postgres database. Once the launch finishes, we should be able to see our apps in the dashboard. And if you also look at our project, it should also have generated a Docker file and a fly.toml file. We can see here now that if we want to deploy, all we have to do is just run fly deploy. Before we do that though, we have to make one small change to the fly.toml file. In here, we need to add a deploy release command configuration so that our database migrations can be ran whenever we do a deploy. This will simply just run bun run migrate, which just runs our Drizzle migrate script. But now that this is in place, we simply just run fly deploy. This might take a while to build and deploy, but once finished, we can check our dashboard monitoring page, which will show that our migrations have ran and that the system is now running. We can also test this by going to where our app is hosted and simply just doing /swagger, which will bring up the interface for our API. Here we can fetch all posts, which should just return an empty array. We can create a user with the name CodeBrew and a post with that author ID of CodeBrew that simply just says subscribe to CodeBrew. But now fetching all the posts should bring that post that we just created. And that's basically it for Fly.io. This was really easy to use, and I love how it's able to generate a Docker file for us. If you don't have much Docker experience, this can be both great and awful. Great since it does it for you, but awful if anything goes wrong since you'll have to go in and be able to edit it. Let's now look at my personal favorite, Railway. Again, we start off by making an account, which by the way, I have links to both services in the description to get you started. What I like here is that from my experience, it seems like as long as they don't deem your GitHub account as a potential threat, maybe for being too new or whatever, they give you a starting credit, which is great for just trying it out. Here we could simply just reuse the Docker file that Fly.io generated for us in order to deploy, but I want to show you a couple of different easier ways in my opinion, ones that won't require you to install the Fly CLI. One of them involves using a template, one which I've created on Railway for everyone to use, but before we do that, let's take a look at setting up a project from scratch. This involves the above repo that we used, same project. I'll just delete the Docker file and the fly.toml file, but before we push this, let's also create another file for the Railway deploy called nixpacks.toml. In here, since Bun is finicky with nixpacks, we have to force to use the latest version of Bun that it supports, which at the time of this video is 1.0.18. We also have to provide a start command, which is just running the migrations and starting the server. Once we have these changes, we can push them to our repo and begin with creating our project. We'll go to new project and select empty project. With the project created, we just spin up a new database, and we'll do that by clicking add a service, database, add Postgres. This might take some time, but once the database is up and running, we can create our server. We can do this directly through the GitHub repo by going new, GitHub repo, and selecting the repo that we want to deploy. I'll just select my Bun Alicia Drizzle repo. If you don't have a repo, check out the template repo I created for a similar project in the description. Before we trigger a deploy, we have to set a database URL and variable by just doing a variable reference. Once that's set, we can click the big deploy button, and watching the logs, it looks like everything was successful. All that's left now is to go to settings under networking and clicking generate domain. This will just simply provide a URL for us to be able to hit our API. This can also take a while for things to show up. I've had to force a redeploy sometimes to get this to show up, but it's now working and we're able to view the Swagger page. How do we speed up this entire process though? If you've used my GitHub repo template to create the project above, there's an even easier way. Going back to new project, this is where the template I mentioned before comes into play. This is a template I created here on Railway for everyone to quickly put together a Bun, Alicia, and Drizzle project with a Postgres database. Searching for bun-alicia-drizzle would bring up the template. I also left a link to this template in the description, but what I like about this method is you can be up and running within just minutes. Once you select the template, it will ask you for the name you want the repo to have and whether it should be private or not on your account. The deploy part will take some time since it's creating the database and spinning up the server, but the template should take care of most of the setup. You'll quickly notice that the deploy failed though, and this is because of the migration step since the template doesn't have a schema or any migrations. To fix this, I'll simply just clone the repo locally that was created, copy and paste the schema in here from the original project, and also the routes since the template only has a simple hello world route. But now if we generate the migrations and we push this repo, it will trigger an automatic deploy, and once that finishes, we should be up and running. Swagger page should also be available and the routes should be working. Overall, I prefer using Railway simply because I find the developer experience to be super simple. I want a database, I just click add a database. I can easily link my server and database from the UI, I can link a repo, I can also launch another service for a front end and also link that together with my back end. At the end of the day, this is all personal preference. Fly.io does some really impressive stuff, and the cost of these services will ultimately just come down to what you're looking for, but I encourage you to check out both of them and see for yourself which one you prefer. I tried looking for services that made deploying a Bun application as straightforward as possible, so check out the links in the description. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, check out my Twitter for updates on upcoming videos and just my overall thoughts on all things happening in tech.